Namaste friends, continuing the conjunction series. Before we begin, as usual, the caveat here is that this information may or may not be applicable to your charts because Vedic astrology is super dynamic and one has to go through every possible nooks and crannies to see what's going on behind the scenes, like the strength or any particular rules to follow or any curses or any debilitations or whatever it is, the housings and Rasi strength and just so many things, avastas. So this information here in this video or in all my videos for that matter is for giving you an understanding, a base understanding on what could be in the event that certain things, certain state or certain configurations of your planets. Okay, so with that said, let's see what happens when you have the Sun and let's do Mercury. Sun and Mercury in the second house, right? Now the Sun, first a little bit about the second house. The second house is the house of your own possessions, your personal value, your self gains, right? Your emotional, I would say it's a place where you can see your emotional attachment to the materialistic world. Okay, your happiness, and actually happiness is the fourth house, but this is how do you gain that asset? You let's say if you know how to swim, that would be seen as an asset, right? I mean, it comes in handy at times. It's a good sport. It makes you happy by going for swimming, for example. So that is building an asset. How do you build your asset? Is seen in the second house. How do you create that value to say that this is who I am? Okay, that is the second house. It's wealth in abundance, not only money, but it's called as a dana. Dana means wealth, not specifically money, but every other facet in life that will increase that sense of value within yourself. You can call yourself, yes, I think I have such thing, and I can associate that to my happiness. Okay, that's what the second house means. Now you know what the second house roughly is. The positions of the Sun itself is all about willpower, determination. The will force is seen in the Sun, which is why Sun is always attributed to fame, career, and success. Mercury is all about organizational skill, or all about making swift decisions, because Mercury is the fastest graha. Of course, we don't count the moon. Other than the moon, Mercury is the fastest graha around us, and that is always Mercury gives us an idea on how we can do things swiftly, do things accurately, do things with more logical reasoning rather than emotional feelings. It is quite opposite to the moon, actually. Mercury is an opportunistic graha, which means a strong Mercury in a person, this person will be highly adaptable, is highly adaptive to whatever situations that may come in his or her life. Okay, so now you know what the second house is, what the Sun is, and what Mercury is. Let's put all these three into a view. Okay, so the Sun and Mercury creates an immense sense of joy to help people. Okay, these people are normally seen as people who work in the charitable organizations. All right, they love to talk to people and solve their problems. I'm sure you have seen some of these personalities out there. They just can't wait to ask you, hey, what's the problem? How is it? I mean, what are the things going on in your life? They'll get personal in just a few seconds, regardless of who you are. They don't care much about who you are when you have met them, how long you know this person. No, it doesn't matter to them. They want to know what's going on in your life, and they are just waiting to come up and say that, hey, okay, if this is the problem, this is what you can do in your life. Those free advice kind of people can be annoying at times, but you must understand that people having in these positions, they are always, they are part of their self, their personal value, to help others. Okay, and they're always seen as the advocates of a better future, a better life. Okay, they are sometimes these people even take up careers like counselors, people who work as these lawyers who advocate for the poor and needy people. Okay, some even do it for free. People who are always ready to talk, preach, maybe always ready to help genuinely. They don't expect anything in return. It's not like a paid service kind of thing. They want to help. That's it. Okay, and they do this a lot by virtue of their speech, because the second house is the house of speech. So they talk, they advocate. They are great orators. Some of these people who have Sun and Mercury, they can be excellent politicians as well. Okay, they have that tactfulness within themselves. They can easily convey messages, and people will get normally inspired by people who have these configurations, because it's so compelling to them. It is so practical. They may see that whatever this person says, it seems to make sense, right? So this combination of Sun and Mercury is always a good thing. I mean, these people are genuinely waiting to help others. They are good in their speech, their eloquence, that is, and they are ready to help. These people are, one of the greatest personalities from my standpoint, because nowadays help is so difficult. Okay, people are always expecting something in return. These people, you don't have to do that. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, so if you have it in your charts, chances are you will have such personalities, and if you are not into the charitable line, I would strongly suggest you take it up. Okay, do something small. Maybe you can start from your house. Maybe if you have the enough capacity, then you can slowly move in or infuse yourself with the community. Okay, help others, and trust me, you will grow fast within these communities, because that's what you are. That's what you feel that will increase your personal values. Okay. The other thing is, it also creates a lot of creativity. These people, let's say you have this, okay, and I'm your boss, and I say, hey, this is the manual. I want you to read this in the next 6 hours and do a presentation. And you will just read it in just a matter of a couple of hours, not only prepare for the presentation, but also do projection on what could be regarding the topic that I give. So they have that ability. It's a very natural, innate quality. They can sift through documents, they can read things just on the go, maybe on a flight or something. That strong sense of learning, because this learning and the Sun and the Mercury is always, especially in the second house, from what I've seen, is always a steady process, just like the Sun and Mars. These people would have no problems in accepting or learning or grasping new things. It just goes effortlessly for them. So that's another quality, all right? The ability to learn things in a very short span of time and deliver it with precision. The other thing that I keep noticing when I do my astrological readings is that these people are highly creative, not in the sense that they're doing art, no, not art, but these people are creative in the daily life, right? They don't like to do things which are appearing twice. They always love to do automations. For example, let's say if they are it can happen to any walks of life. You can be a housewife. You can be maybe someone who works in the market, or a teacher, or a scientist, or a doctor, whoever it is, doesn't matter. Whatever you do in your day-to-day life, you wanted to make sure that if you're doing it twice, there's something wrong about it. You want to make sure you automate that. So that is what I meant by creativity, right? You despise people who are doing a single-minded thing. You really don't like this kind of people. You will feel that these people are foolish, and you have always this thought that if you're doing it twice, there's something's wrong here, and you will make sure you get it right. So that is the creativity process within you, and that shows that these people who have this are very adaptable. You can put them in any situations, in any environment. They will survive, they will thrive. Not only survive, but they will also thrive because of their creative abilities. Okay, so I guess that's about a little bit about the Sun and Mercury in the second house. Please stay tuned. If you're new to my channel, do subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Namaste.